Welcome back to Switch to Linux, the weekly news roundup, and this is our trip to Sillyville. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to jump on in, see all of the insanity live as it unfolds. But today in Silly News, the first Segway has a new self-balanced vehicle. It is an egg-shaped wheelchair. Oh, is this thing not moving anymore? That thing was moving earlier. Oh, maybe this is the moving one. This is all we needed, right? To get even lazier as people. Can you just imagine the world where we're all just laying in these things and just going back and forth? They are going to need to increase the size of them a little bit because we will probably all put on about 40 or 50 pounds from lack of overall movement. We'll walk out of our front door, get into one of these things and just ride on off into the sunset. No idea why at all. No clue, but no, there's more stuff. They're coming up with a scooter now too. I don't know. Are you a customer? Do you think this is awesome? Or are you now who in here, let me know in the comments down below if right now if you're watching this, are you thinking white and nerdy? Let me know. All right. The attack of the terrifying robot Vaccuum. Probably about every year we report on this very same thing. Some poor fool gets a house mapping iRobot device that's going to pass all of their floor plans up to some corporate servers somewhere. And then somebody doesn't realize that this thing can actually get out there and do stuff. And so what ends up happening now is they get this thing and they start hearing these noises like somebody is downstairs. And they're all concerned. They have a baby in the next door room. He tells his wife to get ready. If I remember correctly, I think this guy actually got him. Yeah, he got his gun. He picked up his firearm and joined his wife. They called the police. They're waiting. The couple listened to the intruder below. We heard more noises downstairs, and they were increasingly alarmed, he said on social media the next day. All my military training came back to me. I started analyzing the path the intruder would take, their line of fire if they entered the room in certain ways, and where we should be to decrease our risk of getting hurt. All I kept thinking about and listening for was my little 2-year-old next door to us, alone, and sound asleep. I was ready to do whatever I needed to do if I heard the door open. The cops arrive. They enter the lower level of the house. Thomas had his gun pointed at the bedroom as he listened to the cries. Sheriff's office. 911 dispatcher, who's still on the phone, told him to put down his weapon and go talk to the police. Quote, the police had all their lights shining on the stairs. I put my hands up so they could see me, and I was wearing only my boxers. Lovely, I know. They all started holstering their weapons, said, sir, I have one question. With rapid adrenaline flowing. Sure. Is this Roomba yours? I love it. Family's new Christmas Roomba, a robotic vacuum, which had somehow turned itself on and was vacuuming our house without us having scheduled it. That's because it was hacked into. The hackers want to know your floor plan. If it had gotten stuck and was making some terrible bumping noises. Police were good sports about it, and Tom noticed 4 officers got body cam footage of an almost nude and ashamed homeowner. Hey, at least they didn't bust in with the SWAT team and blow them away. You know, praise for that. Yeah, do you guys have a Roomba? Have you ever called the police on it? Have the police ever said... See, their response to ask him in this joking manner, is this Roomba yours? Tells me this is not the police's first time called to a house because of a Roomba. I'm telling you. All right. As if there was anything else that we needed more useless in our time, the automatic trash can is here, people. This guy here, I mean, I guess you put cartridges in it or something. I'm not sure how, but it will give you a new bag. So you fill it up and then you push the button at the top, and then this robotic arm comes in and it ties the bag up for you and then opens up, and you lift the bag out and then it reseeds a new bag down there. Can our society get any lazier at all? Can our society get any lazier at all? Really? Any lazier at all? Let me know what you guys think. Why? Is it that difficult to reach down, pull up your bag, and put a new one in? Am I missing something? Am I missing out on the 5 seconds it takes me to remove the old bag and put a new one in? That we need a device like this let's see their website. The trash can. Oh, it's only $100. The trash can that seals and changes itself. Shop now, people. Oh, look at this. Biodegradable refill rings and non-biodegradable refill rings. See, if you want to, you know what they should have? They should have the packaging on this one here. This is the non-biodegradable ones for $17.95. They should have a picture of Greta. How dare you order this? Use the biodegradable ones instead. So for $26.95, regular $29.95, you get 3 garbage bags. My God! If you're a customer of this, I have oceanfront property in Montana I'm going to sell you. Okay, wait. It says here, refill the ring about once a month. So apparently there's more than, apparently this is 3 rings. How many bags is in a ring? There's a thought. 25 bags in a ring. Okay, so you have 75 garbage bags for $30. You know, I get about 75 garbage bags. It costs me, I think I pay 4 or 5. Wait, hold on. This is interesting. Look at this. Each ring contains up to 25 bags. So how many am I ordering? How many garbage bags do I get? If each ring contains up to 25 bags, that doesn't say, hey, each ring is 25 bags. I mean, up to 25 bags, that could be 1 ring. Please tell me it at least comes with a ring. You have your options of white and teal. No black, no other color, beige. I don't know. Trash can includes 1 ring that contains up to 25 trash bags. I'm sorry, I really want to know how many trash bags is in this ring. You know what? I saw an Amazon link. I'm going to see if anybody has actually gone to Amazon and asked. There's an I want one button. Where's the I don't want one button? I want to see. Okay. I'm going to click to Amazon. There's no reviews. There's no questions and answers. I would actually like to know, how many trash bags is that? Would you guys pay $100 And then $30 for refill rings. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? All right, this one also came from the Discord server. Thank you for the people giving me some news articles in the news section of the Discord server. I appreciate that. If you didn't check out the server today, I put in nice little emojis next to all the things. You can find out what they are pretty quick. Now, Apple lets you engrave a poop emoji on your iPod case. You can pick something other than the poop emoji, but hey, if you're going to get some iPod things, you may as well put a poopy emoji on it because. So Apple has long offered the option to engrave text on selected products purchased through its online store. Now you can engrave an emoji onto it. So you can pick from a variety of different emojis, including the poop, the alien, ooh, and then you have a variety of other things. Of course, we've got the unicorn head. We got a kitty. So yeah, would you guys put an emoji on your iPod case? Let me know what you think. And our feature story today, if you guys ever needed another reason why not to use DNA sampling, DNA analysis revealed the identity of a 19th century Connecticut vampire. What? So yeah, apparently, apparently there was a shallow grave or some bodies that got out of their graves somehow, and it caused an excavation of the area, and they found 27 unmarked graves. Most of them were just your typical graves, but one of them actually had the skull and stuff arranged in skull and crossbones. Now, if you actually look into the history of vampirism and undertaking, you'll actually find that there are legitimate cases where people are buried in certain ways to indicate they may have been or suspected of being a vampire, which is very interesting. Oftentimes, if you go to a cemetery in either one of the far sides or a back corner, you'll find a cluster of graves with a wooden cross sitting on top of it. Find these oftentimes in old cemeteries. Very interesting. There's actually history behind all that. So these people were suspected of being vampires, just based on how the body is, things like this. And so they determined that this guy, based upon how his body was in the coffin, was possibly suspected of being a vampire at the time. And so what they end up doing is, they labeled him JB55 and then submitted his DNA tests in. And they actually tracked down the family and then did a bunch of historical research to actually unmask the identity of the Connecticut vampire. So there you go, guys. Maybe it's a good thing you can figure out if you're related to a vampire. So you can see this is what the tomb there looked like. Lesions indicating chronic lung infection like tuberculosis, and it was people who often died with tuberculosis are suspected of this. So here's, this was the only name branding on the coffin was JB55. And this is the arrangement of the cemetery. So JB was back here. So again, off to the far back side of it. So you can kind of see that. So anyway, DNA analysis was used to figure out. Let's see, DNA cross-profiling, cross-reference the genetic markers with an online genealogy database. The closest match had the last name of Barber. Ooh. Newspaper notice from 1826 recorded the death of a 12-year-old boy named Nathan Barber, son of John Barber of Griswold. It so happens that the grave near that of JB55 bore the initials NB13 on the coffin lid. Strong evidence that JB55 is probably John Barber, while NB13 was his son, but there's no other historical or genealogical information about either one. First time a study that applies DNA testing to the identity of remains of a historical case with no presumed identity. Unlike DNA analysis for such high-profile historical figures such as Richard III or Romanov family, where DNA profiles can be compared to that of living relatives, future work involving genetic genealogy may lead to living descendants of JB55 and possibly verify the identity of the Griswold connected Connecticut Vampire as John Barber. So very interesting indeed. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know. Does that compel you or not compel you to do a DNA test? Let me know in the comments down below.